So kind of an abrupt end to the last one. We were talking about the wave sails with Robert Stroje. We're going to carry on now with the RS Racing, still here in Brazil. New for this year? Changed a little bit? I mean, Antoine Albo just broke the world speed record on Neil Pryde. I mean,
and basically the sails that he was using, it's like he came back and said, can we get the sail as a slalom sail, but I do need a bigger foot, and I need, you know, he really wanted to get this extra area. You saw a little cutout and stuff, so it was really interesting.
I did a quick interview with him actually when he was over there, so it wasn't the best connection, but exactly what he said. He said it was exactly the same, but you filled out the bottom a little bit.
Yes, he wanted this bigger foot, and he wanted actually on the canal, because it's so hard to sail with when the gasket. So he wants actually the foot even to twist open. He thinks it's really important. So not only the regular head twisting, but so the large foot kind of
But essentially, same profile, same stuff.
Completely. Like I go into my program I'm using. It's a 3D program we developed, and take the same mold and then just build a little bit extra area there. I shorten the sail a bit to kind of get the area back into the thing. Same laugh curve, same profile.
What are you doing with these sails? Come on, you've got to tell us, because they have got.
I don't want to tell.
They have got the best reputation. Like it's you know, I know a lot of people that, well, especially in the speed. I mean, they are renowned for having the best sail for speed. I mean, it's not a secret. We can see it in the in the results. I mean, Antoine, after how many years, he just broke his old speed record, and he, it's a good chunk. No one's getting close. It's interesting.
It's the first time he went after a while.
You know, Neil Pryde, Hans. You know, a lot of them are actually. I don't know if they're sponsored by you guys, because I know he works, but he chooses to use as well. I mean, there's probably some sort of sponsorship there, but I know there's a few people approached him. No, he's staying on Neil Pryde. So that sort of says a lot to me. And it's interesting, it's exactly the same as the RS Racing, apart from when you get the custom ones for Antoine.
Yes, and actually you can see this is a 5.3.
Yeah.
And the 5.3, it's already actually starting. You see how big the foot is?
Yes.
So on the normal slalom sails going 5.7 and up, the foot actually will be smaller. So this is already
going more to
already speed. Going. And this is exactly the same sail like Vincent is using, this one.
Okay.
Full on production. And then the new prototypes we did for Antoine is basically this sail plus extra.
Super interesting. So when you're designing the race sail, because when I've done testing before, which I never knew until I started doing the testing, the board makes a big difference. Has to sort of combine with the sail. You can't have a board that's super lifty and a sail that's lifty, let's say.
Exactly.
How would you pitch your sail? Where is that sitting in the lifty versus downforce? Does that make sense?
I think in the past the sails actually changed a bit, because I think the Werner is getting his boards. They're riding much more level, more kind of. So we don't need anymore. Like in the past, you would see our sails like really full down here.
Because the boards were...
This was the thing, just to keep the board, because the boards were actually lifting. Much more loose kind of boards. Okay. And the guys really wanted this thing to push them down. Okay. You could push it either with the tight head, which is not very easy to handle, because it pulls you, or you can push it down with the really lots of profile down forward. This is more efficient, but it doesn't make it as slippery, the sail. And now I think with the new boards that are riding much more flat over the water, I'm actually able to kind of slim down the profiles in the bottom and get
so you got a little bit more lift.
I got another knot,
but it's interesting, isn't it? Because that was something that really escaped me, and until I started doing the testing, we're like, okay, we test this sail, and then we changed the board. Like, hang on a minute. It's a totally different. It's a different ball game. So when you're designing your sails, you're designing them in conjunction with Werner's JP boards, slalom boards. Yeah,
I mean, definitely he's usually like a year or half a year ahead with the development, because of the timing, how it works with the factories.
Yeah.
So whenever we are testing the sails, they are tested on the boards that they will be used with.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting what you say, because, like I say, that was something I just noticed massively.
For me, what really changed in my design philosophy, and when the sails really changed, it's when I changed from the 2D to the 3D design program.
Okay.
That was for me kind of a big. That was it's about 5th year now.
Okay.
So I think it's this is Evo 6. I believe that 3 or 4 was the first sale on the 3D program. Basically, you can see it's when I started to use this multiple internal laugh panels and stuff.
Yeah, it looks complicated in there.
It would be very complicated in the 2D program to get it right, but in a 3D program, you actually start without any seams, without anything. You know, it's completely different logic. You start with the mold of a cell, so with the model, and you actually control all the twist, outline, everything, and then you actually cut it into the panels and unroll it. And basically the sails, they have by far the most shape, obviously, in this area compared to that. So you want actually quite a lot of seams to be able to put all that shape, because if you have one seam, it will be like a big angle, you know.
Okay.
And the other thing, it's obviously everybody knows there are big loads kind of traveling this way, so I'm trying to always follow the loads with the seams. You don't want to put seams across the loads.
Yeah.
And this really helps me here to control the stretch, to control the fullness. Then when you go back, you want to keep it as clean, low drag, so you cut it horizontally.
Okay.
So that's basically like, there is like a 4 full panels running up, and then horizontal cut from there back when you come from the sleeve. It's quite
complicated, isn't it? Like when you look at it in there, you can see there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there is huge load. So these are like special top panels that kind of put the load from one point into the body of the sail, so that they're radiating up.
I have heard the secret of a NeilPryde sail is in here. This is what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I heard. I only heard this about a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, I have never looked in here. There's string, or there's rope and cambers, or something. Is that? I don't even know. That's why I'm asking you, because someone told me, oh, the secret in the Pryde sail is in the cambers and the string, the rope system, or something. Yeah. Can you explain it? I mean, again,
it's actually an old secret from 2005
it's a long,
or 2003.
But you're the only guys doing this.
Yeah. I designed this like when I came to Pryde. It was like first 2-3 years we worked on this. And I always had this idea, because you know how the cams, you can stack it on the front of the batten. Yeah. And they are kind of solid there. And then if any kind of tension or something, it's not right, you will have a wrinkles, or you have to put some shims. And basically what I always wanted was something that could take the batten tension and can split it and put half of it to tension the body of the sail and half of it to press directly against the mast. Okay. Because you have basically two systems. You have normal cam that all the tension goes in the body, and the cam is just like a spacer between the sail and the mast. Yeah. And then you have a split batten system, which all the batten tension directly presses against the mast. Okay. And this is basically
a bit of both.
It's halfway in between. You have like now it's hard to show from the side, but there is a rope system that half of the load from the batten pulls the sail forward, and half of the rope pushes the cam forward. And what is really nice, you have like a little slot. So if you change the mast diameter or something, you just add some batten tension, and the cam will just travel further forward. No spacers, nothing.
Interesting. Again, you've had it in the sails for what, 20 years or something, is it?
Yeah, exactly 20.
Yeah, so I've never I've never had a NeilPryde race sail, so I probably wouldn't know. But like I said, someone told me this is like one of the things which also helps massively. Yeah. Again, you tell me, can anyone copy that? Is that like a patent?
It is, might have been expired now, but it was patented, definitely.
Interesting. Oh, that's good. It's good to chat. But yeah, I think it's getting a bit hot here in Brazil. We might go through a few more sails, so stay tuned to the channel. Massive thanks for Robert for having a chat.
Thanks,
Always good to catch up. Stay tuned to the channel, and let us know in the comments below what's your favourite NeilPryde sail.